How's it hanging, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another GeoGuessr video. So after yesterday's video where we were always facing away from the road, I got a little frustrated and I thought I want to play some more no moving, panning, zooming streaks, but where we can actually face the road and hopefully get some easier clues. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I think our record sits at 30s, low 30s, I think 32 or something like that. So first one here looks to be South Africa. It kind of looks quite generic, apart from the fact that we have fences around all the houses, which is the big clue. And I would say this one feels quite Pretoria, Johannesburg area. So yep, we're 24 kilometers away, which is a really nice start there. Okay, next one is definitely Bangladesh. You can see that from the language, but also just the kind of haziness of the coverage, as well as like the dirt roads, the color of the dirt, and the vegetation. They're all Bangladeshi here. So gonna go around Dakar, and it ends up being not too far away. Not too bad. I mean, quite far away by Bangladesh standards, though. This one should be US or Canada. I would lean Canada simply because of the dirt road coverage, as well as the kind of rural nature of the location. Also, these slight rolling hills are quite common in the southern prairie states. So I would say like somewhere in Saskatchewan here, or maybe even Alberta would be good. Yeah, and we are in Saskatchewan on the southern part, so just as I said. So a nice start to the streak here, and we should be on a 3-country streak. I had it set to state streaks, but we are good to go now, and this one feels South African again. The center lines here are white, and it's generation 2, and also this one that's probably behind my webcam, this signpost looks quite South African. So I'm going to say we're maybe near Eswatini this time. We'll find out. Yeah, not too far from Eswatini, so another good guess there. And the final round of this seed should be somewhere in Sweden, Finland, or Norway. I'm just trying to work out what I like best here. I think it might be Finland, because often in Norway or Sweden you'd have dashes on the outside of these roads. Having said that, it doesn't preclude the other nations. It well could be. So it's interesting that we have these rocks here. That's maybe the most interesting part of this one. I think it is going to be Finland, but that's okay if we lose our streak this early in the video. It's okay. But it ends up being Finland indeed. Completely misjudged where, but we got the right country, and so we move to a 5-country streak here, which is good. Okay, so let's see what we get in round 2 here and hope for the best. This one looks very American, kind of West Virginia type vibes here. I'm just going to go straight for it. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to get the right state. And yeah, so we were just on the border there, but we were indeed in West Virginia. So take me home, baby. This one looks kind of South Korean, like this signpost, this sign guard thing on poles is quite a South Korean thing to do, indeed, almost always. So that is a good guess. Oh, this one's interesting. Should be Eswatini or South Africa. These arrows you often see in the South African nations, kind of like telling you to merge, or I don't even know why they actually have it on a 2-lane road, but anyway, it's interesting. I think it actually tells you what direction you're meant to be traveling, maybe. Regardless, I think this one will be Eswatini. It kind of gives me both vibes, but I think with the hilliness of it, it's safer to go Eswatini here, so let's find out, shall we? Yes, we were even 5.8 kilometers away, so a nice guess there. We're on 8 now, going strong. This one feels like Spain. I think these are Spanish bollards, and also, one thing I'll mention is that these plantations like that, I don't know what they are, maybe olives or maybe some kind of fruit tree, very, very common in Spain indeed. Like these ones are olive trees, maybe the ones in the background are, but anyway, very, very common in Spain, so let's try it, and indeed it is, right down the south there. Okay, 9th country streak here, and here's number 10. This one's interesting. So we're on Diverse World, so it shouldn't be one of the newly updated Gen 4 countries. So I think that this barn might look a little bit Dutch, and that would explain the flatness of the round. Otherwise, it could be like Russia or something like that. With the road quality, it might make more sense for Russia than for the Netherlands. But the house, I mean, the really long barn reminds me more of Netherlands. So I think actually we'll go there, maybe. It is like... one thing I will say is that it seems like very sparsely populated, and that is a little bit of a concern, because often in Netherlands you can see like houses kind of everywhere, because the whole country is kind of filled with stuff. So we have to be really in one of the most remote areas, like somewhere like that, or yeah, maybe even like all the way up here, to see so few things going on. I don't know why they're the only 2 countries I'm really thinking of here, but for some reason I'm just confident it's going to be one of the 2. So let's give it a go. Oh man, it was Netherlands, and yeah, just right in the middle of nowhere. As I said, has to be somewhere up there. So maybe I should have gotten that, but we end it on 9 for the first streak, but that's no problem. We'll just get straight back into it here, and, you know, improve on that score, because I feel like I'm playing pretty well today. Okay, so this one, kind of difficult. Should be Ukraine or Russia. Uh, it kind of looks like Kaliningrad a little bit. I don't know if that's actually a silly thing to say. It kind of reminds me of Kaliningrad. I think I'm still going to go Ukraine anyway, but at least I said it if I'm wrong, right? And yeah, it was Ukraine, but you can see it was like right, you know, kind of in line with Kaliningrad all the way over there. So not happy I made that guess. This one's Australia. Which state though? I think it will be in South Australia actually. I think it's going to be near my home. And indeed it is, not too far away. Okay, so next one here, this one is Senegal. We have the dashed outside lines here, rift in the sky that you can just see above my head here. And yeah, let's guess there. Not a good guess, but we still got the right country. And this one is South Africa, South African sign. Everything South Africa about that round, so not much to say. Okay, this one's interesting. It should be a Guatemala. Now, could have gotten Guatemala here without the Google car is a better question. I mean, this rock wall is quite typical of Yucatan and Guatemala area, so maybe I could have, but I think I would have struggled without the Google car on this one. And so we moved to a 5-country streak, going pretty clean here. No complaints about how I'm playing, but I really wish I could have got that Netherlands, nevertheless. Okay, this one's interesting. We've got a wide blur. We've got a yellow number plate, which is probably behind my webcam. We've got like a small blue car with a small red car with a yellow number plate on it. So the question is, why do we have a yellow number plate here? Also, we see a pole, which might look French style, but it also might look Spanish style. But I guess with the yellow number plate, it would only really make sense for us to be in France here. The whole landscape is probably too dry to be Corsica, so I'd say just southern. Southern Spain makes the most sense here. I mean, southern France makes the most sense here. Telescope, which is interesting. And this red soil is strange as well. So I just want to make sure it couldn't be South Africa. Where's the sun shining from? Sun is unfortunately not going to help us, but it does feel more European anyway. I'm just worried that this yellow number plate has traveled from another country into Spain or something like that. Ends up being correct. Okay, we are just in southern France, where it gets surprisingly dry sometimes. This one is Brazil, I would say. Pare, it says Pare on the ground here, and we have Brazilian pole, so that's good. Amazonas, maybe? Ends up being in Maranhão, so no, not correct. This one should be somewhere in Malaysia, I would say. What about this reminds me more of Malaysia than Indonesia, actually. Maybe it's just Indonesia. Looks like we got a cigarette ad, and this would be very specific or wrong meta, but I feel like it says RP or something like that for 12,000, and I feel like 12,000 is like the standard price for cigarettes in Indonesia. You know, I think that actually may be true. So I'm thinking of guessing Medan here, just because it did remind me quite a lot of Malaysia. So I'm pretty confident with Sumatra here. Let's find out though. Yeah, ends up being pretty close to Malaysia, so a reasonable guess for sure. And this one, we have 5 strikes on the crossing sign, so it will be Finland rather than Sweden. Sweden has 4, so yeah. Also, in Åland Islands, or Åland Islands, as I've been told it's pronounced actually, they actually use 4 strikes. They use 5 strikes as well sometimes, so you have to be careful about that. Oh no, they use 4 strikes as well, even though it is part of Finland. That's right. I got it correct. Here we have an Italian flag flying, so I think it would have been easy anyway because we have black backs of the signs over here. But always helpful. So let's guess near Rome, maybe? Ooh, ends up being on Sardinia. I wasn't expecting that. Luckily, they're patriotic in Sardinia, apparently, so we pull an easy round there. Okay, so 10 in a row. We're about a third of the way to my record here. This one is USA. We've got the rumble strips, a dry climate. Pretty sure it's not Mexico. Yep, just ends up being in Utah. This one is... These ones look like Taiwanese pole bottoms, I would say. Kind of feels like southern Taiwan a bit to me. Also, we're driving right-hand side of the road, so even if it was low cam, which I think it actually may be, yeah, we know it's not. We know it's not Japan. So I'm gonna guess around here, maybe. Yeah, ends up being on the right coast even. So a nice guess. This one looks like Canada, single yellow line plus a blue street sign there. So let's go Quebec somewhere maybe. Yep, ends up being in. Well, actually ends up being in Ontario, but that's fine. Right country, right on the border. This one looks to be somewhere in, I would say it's probably Spain. I mean, Serbia. I would say it's probably Serbia. This architecture with the exposed brick, kind of thick brick, it almost looks like South American. I would say that's quite common in Serbia as opposed to other Eastern European countries. You see it in Albania quite a bit as well, but I feel like the landscape is less Albanian, or at least the coverage feels less Albanian in some way. So yeah, kind of happy with that. I wish we could see the number plate through the world map here, but unfortunately it doesn't really feel possible. But yeah, the architecture is the main thing here. I'm going to try it for southern Serbia, where it gets a bit hillier. So let's see. Ends up being, oh, come on, just over the border in Montenegro. That is, what, like 15 kilometers away from well, it's probably like 10 kilometers away from Serbia there, so feel a little unlucky about that one, but hey, I mean, that's just how it goes. Sometimes you have all the right vibes, and you end up just being too close for too close to feel mad about it, you know? Okay, so let's get back on the road here. 70 kilometers away, nice little South Africa guess there. This one should be somewhere in Finland as well. Will it be close? Not too bad, not too bad. This one is somewhere in Ghana. Ghana, you see hills more so to the south of the country, and then up on the Togo border as well. Thinking maybe this one's southern. Yep, ends up being pretty good. This one looks, ooh, yellow dashed lines here. I think this one's actually Indonesia. We have an Indonesian flag on this pole. This pole also has like an Indonesian looking top, where they have like the lopsided kind of top. So, very interesting that we see yellow dashed lines, because normally we don't really see dashed lines too often in Indonesia. So, I'm wondering if this is like maybe around the new capital that they're building. Okay, it is on Borneo, so yeah, you do see the red soil there more often as well. This one's Ghana, yellow plates. This house looks very Nigerian, but has to be Ghana, has to be Ghana. So I'm thinking near Accra, maybe even on the Nigerian side of the country. Yeah, no, just in Kumasi, just in Kumasi. So we got 5-country streak, and we're going strong. I still want one more good attempt before I end off the video today. This one's Australia, and it is in Queensland, I believe. Very, like, bright green grass here. I would say it's very typical of Queensland, and I think we're going to be somewhere around Roma, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, that kind of region often has grass that color, I would say. And this one is Kenya. Maybe on this road here. Yes indeed, yes indeed. That one is a little drier. It gets a little drier towards Mombasa, so yeah. This one's a harder round. Okay, this one's legitimately difficult, I would say. Single white lines for all three. Unbroken white line in the center is definitely interesting. Poles, I wish we could see them better. Yeah, this one, the architecture is strange. I think everyone watching the video can agree that these houses don't really strike me as anything particularly unique. One thing that came to mind was Spain or Portugal. I mean, the background over here is definitely interesting looking, but I feel like the unbroken line you would see in Spain, and also this architecture it kind of looks like a little bit British, which you could see in like the Celtic regions, like Galicia or something like that. Is this Galicia here? Yeah, maybe in this state over here. And that would also fit for the green hilliness of it. But I'm also worried that this one that's probably behind my webcam, this little house sign kind of reminds me maybe of a Czech or Slovak one. I don't think the round feels particularly like there. I think the hills are a little bit too vast over there, a bit too rolling. I don't know if that's going to sound silly in hindsight, but that's the way it appears to me. We're only on the 7 streak, so let's see if Spain is correct. Yes, 39 kilometers away. I'm a beast, bro. Right on the border. We are in Galicia. That is a satisfying guess, because those houses, they just don't feel like anything. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like a mix between European and British Isles architecture. Anywho, here we appear to be in the US. I think it would be very dry for Canada. I think it would be very dry for Canada. I'm trying to think where I think it is, though. Like, it's kind of generic in a concerning way. I could see Canada. It's not out of the question. This house over here feels maybe a little Canadian, but these ones over here don't, I would say. So I'm feeling pretty confident just to go Arkansas or Oklahoma or maybe Texas, something like that. No, South Dakota. That's why it made me feel a little bit more Canadian than I was a little worried, but yeah, we're good. So I think it says Scottish Power there. So we're in Scotland, and I think I could have got that anyway because we got UK bollards here. It feels very far north, though. It feels very far north. I'm going to go all the way up here. And yeah, it's actually just near Glasgow there, so we end up with a 10 streak again, so let's continue it on. It seems to be where we've broken our streaks a few times today, and hopefully this is not one of the similar rounds. This one's interesting. Okay, what? Initially, looking at the polls, my mind initially went to Baltics. Baltics don't really make sense here, though. I think it should just be Russia, because this would be surprisingly hilly and unforested for Baltics. Like, this is a really strange Baltic round if it is. So I could see Lithuania. I could see this being like the strangest Lithuania round, but I'm just trying to think where in Russia it would be, though. It's also kind of strange for Russia, but this reddish soil as well? Yeah, no, maybe this pole top I have seen in Lithuania before. Also, this pole here and this one here remind me more of Latvian ones as well. So this one's got me all kinds of messed up. But hey, we're not on a dirt road. It's quite hilly. Oh man. Oh man. I don't know. All 3 Baltic countries and Russia are running through my head, and we're on a 10-country streak, so I don't want to throw it away here. Why is this round so strange? Why is it so strange? Maybe that is a Lithuanian pole top. I can't remember. I might try it. You know. This is going to be the strangest, like, we have to be, like, right next to Belarus, is it? Yeah, Belarus right here. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. I think I'm going to go for it. I might feel very silly after this is Russia, but I'm going to do it. Let's see. It's just Russia. Okay, one more streak for the video. I'm still having fun, so why not? Okay, this one is, I would say Poland. Looks like we would have had a hard next round anyway. Okay, it was Poland. Okay, that's good. And this one is USA. It says Plantation Avenue, so there's a town called Plantation in Florida, I think, so I was thinking of going there. Can't remember where it actually is. I think it's just along the coast here, so I'm surprised I can't find it. But, okay, I'll just guess in the center here. Ends up being in Indiana, so, yeah. Where is Plantation, Florida? Fort Lauderdale. Swear I just saw it. Anyway, whatever. Maybe it just doesn't show up on the map. It's not as big as I thought. Wow, this is a cool Australia round. We are so in the center of a city. And I think it's Melbourne, right? Gonna feel silly if this is wrong. But I think the observation tower is one of the Melbourne ones, not in Sydney. I really hope I'm not wrong. That hole kind of looks Sydney-like, though. I actually want to get this right. I feel like I should get it right. Yeah, it's actually Sydney. I forgot that they also have an observation tower like that in Sydney. This little red sign here, the no-stopping one, is only in New South Wales. So, yeah, interesting. And the big city over there, it's over to our west, so so we're like somewhere over there. Yep, that's not being correct. This one is Canada. I just don't even consider, well, you know what? I do consider USA, actually. At first I thought 100% Canada, but then I saw these patches on the road, which are more common in USA than they are in Canada. I still might lean Canada here, but no, I'm actually going to guess USA. I'm going to guess USA because of those asphalt seals. Now, this might be bad, but I'm confident in like a Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa. Yeah, let's go. It was Illinois, actually. But I think that map is actually fairly consistent. Although I have heard Canadians in the comments saying that they see them all around where they live as well. So don't trust it too much, but yeah. I think this one is going to be in Sarawak, or at least somewhere in Malaysia. Nope, just was in the peninsula. So went up with a 15-country streak here. No, we should be on 5, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we should be on 5 instead. So this one is another hard one, it must be said. Maybe feeling Ukrainian or Russian. I already made that mistake in the last video, so I don't want to make it again. I think this one feels maybe more so Russian, just because, well, you know, it's actually, this one's another hard one. The climate feels a little cold, maybe, for Ukraine. We have a lot of birch trees here, which you don't normally see that far south, although you can, like, we just had one in central Poland, which would be, like, around here in latitude. They had them as well. So, really not confident here. We're only on 5-country streak. You know, if I get this wrong, I'll go for one more. But, let's go for Russia. Something about the dirt on the side of the road just makes me think of Ukraine as well. The whole round, like, and the red bricks as well. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of uncommon for Russia. I feel like it's probably close to the border, if not. I might switch. I'm gonna switch. Oh man, it was Latvia. Okay, one more attempt here. Okay, this one is in Australia. I would say Queensland. No, I would say New South Wales. and maybe around Bathurst area. Let's try it. Ends up being decent near Maitland. This one is US or Canada. I think I prefer Canada here. Once again, this one feels like Quebec or Ontario, so let's give it a go. Ends up being in Knoxville, Nova Scotia, or is it not? No, it is Kentville. It's always annoying how the black sign covers the actual name of the location sometimes. It's a struggle you don't really realize until you're making GeoGuessr videos and you want to say where it actually was, but you can't. Wide lines, maybe Mississippi. It's in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas often have the wide lines, and this is that repeat. Well, this is the round we had earlier in the video, and it was like here, I think. Yeah, 63 kilometers away. Okay, so there we go. First one there, 5 in a row. Imagine if I get a really long streak here, then I'll have to cut out a bunch of rounds earlier. So maybe you're watching that right now. But anyway, okay, that's Russia. This one is US. Keep it moving quickly. Walker River Reserve. Oh, this one's a unique round. Wow, look at this one. I'd say Peru. White Google car. I mean, it could be Bolivia, and it could be... Yeah, it could be Bolivia, could be Chile. I prefer Peru out of the 3, so... I'm just going to go right in the thick of the mountains here. Let's go right there. And ends up being Peru. Excellent. I mean, there was not much to go off of there. Luckily, we had the Google car as well. Oh, we have a fun location, guys. We have a fun location. Where do you guys think this is? Take a moment to think to yourself where it is. Well, there's a meme on my Discord server about Mount Gambier, where you see these completely out of place pine trees growing everywhere. Now, is this actually Mount Gambier? I'm actually kind of unsure, because normally Mount Gambier's a little flatter than this. So I actually think it might be one of these like plantations out here. But regardless, it's definitely Australia, so we can guess. Yeah, it was actually in Victoria, but if you see that kind of landscape, more commonly to be Mount Gambier if it's flat. Very, very strange round, and a good fun one as well. So that's why on my Discord server, the voice channel is called Mount Gambier, just because it's such a funny looking place compared to the rest of the country of Australia. Okay, there we go. So that's a 10 country streak. Let's keep it moving. Let's see if we can best our previous efforts for today. This one feels kind of Belgian, I would say. Oh, this is really interesting architecture, the way it slopes up. That must have cost a lot of money to do, surely. Or, I don't know, it had some specific architect with a vision at that time. Could be Denmark. This house feels more Belgian, for sure. And then, of course, it could be Netherlands as well. I'm gonna go for Belgium. See? Oh, man. Okay, well, yes, we're just in Belgium there. That was a bit too close for comfort, but hey, we take it. And this one's UK. I think. The long dashes definitely remind me of UK. The houses, the whole like suburb is very United Kingdom looking. The only problem is that car looks like it's driving right hand side of the road. Unfortunately, I just don't believe that this would be Belgium or... Yeah, I think with the long dashes, we're just... That car's just parked on the wrong side of the road, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm right. Oh, I just had massive British vibes. This one's in Brazil. Don't really have to think about that one too much. Just looks like typical Brazil, kind of semi-arid climate. This one looks very Bulgarian. Look at this dodgy wall, bro. Wow. That's a dodgy wall if I've ever seen one. But yeah, the rest of the round just feels quite Bulgarian. It's interesting that this one's actually a ladder pole here. You can kind of just see it, but I still think it should just be Bulgaria, so I'm gonna go for it. Ooh, that was a bit too close for comfort again, but hey, we take it. And this one's just double yellow lines on the outside of the road, so we just go for Singapore here. We're 4.1 kilometers away. Okay, so 22.8. Let's continue it on. Hey, it's turned into a nice little encore at the end of this video. So double yellow lines here, driving right. These poles though, hey. The fact that we have white white number plates is interesting, because I may have been tempted to go in Colombia here, but what language are we speaking? Doesn't feel particularly Brazilian this round, though it could be. These poles, they're round and they have dots at the top. Could it be? We don't have a black back of that sign either. I think it might be Ecuador. I could be wrong. It's interesting that we have a commie car here as well. That might be more typical of some other countries, but I think it might be Ecuador, you know. It's Ecuador or Brazil. I think I'm happy to put it down to that. And it's very dry and a bit hilly, so it would fit for either country. I kind of think we're out in the really dry part out here near Manta or something like that. I feel like I've seen these poles there, so I will go for it. One last look. Sun is more so to the north, so yes, southern hemisphere, that makes sense. We're just in the southern hemisphere right there. Ecuador passes through the equator, of course. Brazil, it's probably just going to be Brazil. But, hey, I can't work out what this language is either, so... a bit of English. Why have we got English there? I don't think I'm getting baited. I'm going to try it. Whew, 25 kilometers away, okay. Okay, well, apparently the video goes on. Alright. This one, Luxembourg, France. I think they're my two main options here. Maybe prefer France here, but no particular strong opinion. Just the fact that we have like a lot of exposed kind of like rocky kind of walls here definitely reminds me more of France. This sign with like the second bit underneath it may be French as well. I'm prepared for it to be Luxembourg or Belgium though. We'll see. Ends up being very close in France. Let's go. This one looks Swedish. We take those easy rounds, baby. Oh. Well, so we got the right country, so it was right on the border, apparently. And this one, with the yellow number plates, is going to be Colombia. Okay, we finally earned some easier rounds after that hard couple of rounds we had earlier. Blue strips on the plates here. Here's this, actually. The stop sign almost looks like a setup for left-hand drive, so... I guess we could be in Malta. It didn't really strike me as Maltese. Strike me more as like Spanish or something, but I mean, it's not Italy. We know it's not Italy. We got no Italian plates. Maybe this is Spain. I mean, it's kind of strange. Could be Canaries even, just because of the architecture. Sun appears to be more so to the south, I would say, which would mean we're Northern Hemisphere, which is good because, well, it could be Portugal as well. Not Portuguese plates, though. I think Spain just makes the most sense, even though the round is strange and got me a bit confused. Hold up. This stop sign is painted for left-hand drive as well. The fact that these cars are all parked randomly is weird, but I think we're actually in Malta. I think I figured it out. If only we could actually see some language, like this language over here behind my webcam, but we can't see any, so I'm going to go Malta here. And yes, it was Malta. Okay, so... That was a surprisingly difficult Malta round. We moved to 20, so we've overcome some challenges on this occasion. This one should be somewhere in US or Canada. Run kind of reminds me more of Canada, I can't lie. This tree particularly, this kind of like Christmas tree looking tree here it's rather Canadian looking, one must say. Now could it be USA? Absolutely. This one could be Maine. It could be Maine, and Maine always screws us up in these streaks because it looks so Canadian. I think this one might be Maine even, but on the balance of things, this house, a lot of these businesses look a bit more Canadian. I think it kind of reminds me of like Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, something like that. Maybe even PEI. No, I like Nova Scotia better. I think I'm gonna go for Nova Scotia here. Let's find out. Ooh, nice. Ends up being in Quebec. So if we could see some language there, that would have been another one that wouldn't have been too hard. But hey, can survive. This one looks more USA. Could be Canada. This one actually has a distinct possibility for Canada as well. Nitterberg is what it says on that license or on that truck. Why have I assumed we're in USA here? It could actually be in Europe as well. Sun's definitely solidly to the south, so Northern Hemisphere. I think that is a diamond warning sign, so it should be North America actually, yeah. Okay, so then we're just left with this dilemma. I think I narrowly prefer USA here. There's a lot about it that reminds me of Canada as well, in which case I think it would be Ontario, but I'm going to go for like Ohio here. I didn't just do that, bro. Okay, that might be one of the worst fails on the channel's history. It was a Skoda, so I saw that this car was a Skoda, so I did kind of wonder. Nittelberg, Jessheim. Wow. Okay, and we move over here. This diamond sign. Why, man? I was so sure that that would be a, Let's take a look back over here. Man, this is the worst possible view that we got right here. Look at this, okay? Where even were we? Why is it not letting me go? Okay, so we were here. Oh my gosh, I was staring at a Czechoslovak pole. One of these double poles. Was it? What's No, we were like this, weren't we? Yeah, we were like that. Thank goodness. Okay. And we could barely see that pole. Okay, that makes sense. This one I could have sworn was a wooden pole as well, so let's check out that. No? It even disappeared, did it? Well, it just looked like a wooden pole. Oh, we were looking at this thing. Yeah, it looked wooden, had the color of wood. Oh man, this is like such an easy round on most times, I feel like, but we're just like in the perfectly wrong view. So I feel a little unlucky there, but hey, that's just the way it goes on GeoGuessr sometimes. Oh, and NMPZ it's meant to be like that, right? So, man, these diamond signs, so annoying. Guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I appreciate you making it all the way to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Also, check out the TikTok. If you made it this far, go check out the TikToks I've just been making. There's some good ones. I'm kind of grinding on there. So, yeah, till next time, goodbye, and catch up.